Hello, how you doing? I'm kind of borderline today, unfortunately. As I mentioned yesterday, I went to the doctor. So the doctor gave me some more medicine, and it's a little different, and there's more of it. So I didn't really feel up to leaving the house today, which feels bad because the weather actually was nice. It was a nice day. It would have been a great day to go to the city or go literally anywhere, and I just didn't go outside because it didn't feel so great. It's fine though. Honestly, I'm not. This isn't kind of like danger stuff. I just feel uncomfortable, and I didn't want to be out, especially out alone with my kids, because my wife she had errands that she wanted to run without the kids, and it was like, do I want to take the kids outside and be responsible for them, or should we all just take it easy? And we took it easy. In any case, it was a great opportunity for me to catch up on some things, not work things, because again, I don't feel great, but watching things. I got to watch the brand new movie, Dolemite is My Name, which is apparently came out in America a couple weeks ago, but Netflix paid for it, so it's worldwide. So it was actually on last night, so I was able to watch the whole thing. And it was so good, I immediately said, well, I've got to go watch the first movie, I mean, the actual movie again, which I'm sure I watched. I know probably around the year 2000 or so, I was really trying to catch up on movies and explore lots of movies. And between the original Netflix, as in like they mail you discs, and a friend of mine who worked in a video store, I was going on my way to see a lot of weird stuff. So I definitely tried to see, like, I definitely saw Shaft. It was probably a series of things. What have I heard of? I've heard of Shaft, and I had heard of Dolomite. And at the time, I just think I viewed it as one of those, oh, it's cute, people in a movie, but they're really bad at making movies. I didn't really have any of the context of it that the new movie kind of put into it, which is that this guy was already kind of a name, not a household name, but kind of like an established name for like making comedy records, like just joking around. So the movie, for all its rough edges, I think is supposed to be at least a little bit funnier than I would have expected when I first saw it, because I just, oh, it just looks like a 70s movie, you know? There's kung fu, and there's lots of action, and there's some gratuitous violence, and there's lots of gratuitous nudity. It's like, this is what the 70s were about, right? Right. But no, he's kind of goofing off a little bit. He's kind of winking, I think, at some of this. I mean, the very first line of Dolomite is like he's playing cards in jail. Like the ward wants to see. He's like, "Oh shit!" Like he's already angry. And before he even leaves, like he leaves jail, and before he even gets home, he like murders several people and makes out with a bunch of ladies in the back seat of his car. Like it's so over the top. But anyway, the Netflix movie is not over the top. The movie is actually, I think, very kind of, I don't know if inspirational, but it's kind of it's going for that, because again, this was a guy who kind of just kept trying things until something became, a hit, and then he had to try again. It's like, well, that was a hit. Why won't a movie be a hit? Then he made a movie, and then he ended up making a bunch of movies, and you know these movies, like I said, they have their shortcomings. There's a lot of amateurish aspects to it, but he went from, he went from like a record store clerk to being a known quantity. And then he spent the rest of his life, you know, enjoying that. He lived until 2008. So he got to see the rise of rap music, he got to see the rise of gangster rap music, he got to see the rise of all these people in his wake. And as far as I can tell, because I also watched this weekend a documentary called The Legend of Dolomite, Bigger and Badder, which was just almost all of it just footage of interviews with him and footage of interviews of people who worked with him. Because the movie is a movie. There's really no first person voice. It's just written by two screenwriters. It's someone's dramatization of his life. But the documentary is like he was talking about all his things, and people were talking about him and the things he did, which was even more fascinating. I love documentaries. if you give me a choice between the biography, fictional biography, the biopic, if you will, and a documentary where someone talks about the shit they did, I love documentaries. Okay, one of the big reasons I didn't really care for Man in the Moon is that Andy Kaufman did all his shit on TV and there were multiple documentaries made about him from people who worked with him. So it's like I didn't really need the fictional, jumbled up version of his life story. The documentaries are already fascinating. So as much as I did enjoy watching Eddie Murphy play Dolemite, which was, really fun, and Wesley Snipes playing D'Urville Martin, I forgot his name, but the other guy in the movie who ended up being the director, and like those actors, of course, I love them, so it was fun to watch them. But like the documentary about all that afterwards was even better because it was just him late in his life talking about all the stuff he did and the stuff he still wants to do, and you see him hanging out with all these people who definitely grew up in love with him, and now they get to work with him. Like there was footage of him on Arsenio in 1994, and he's just basically doing a monologue on Arsenio, and you can see Arsenio in the background, and he's like, he can't believe what he's watching, and the audience is going crazy, and yeah, it was nice. So I would say if you're at all curious, at the very least, I would say you could probably just watch the Netflix movie. If you can, I would say try to watch the original films as well. If you go on the internet, these are old movies owned by no one in particular at this point. They're easy to find on the internet. You don't have to pay for them if you don't want to. Rudy Ray Moore is no longer with us, so he's not going to see your money if you don't pay for the movie. It's fine. But yeah, it was kind of feel good. It's feel good stuff, It does make me feel good, even though, look, I'm no Rudy Ray Moore, but let's be real. He became a star, in his 40s and 50s. So, someone like me, who knows? I don't think I have a comedy record in me, but who knows? For now, I think I have a bed. A bed is calling me. Good night, everybody. I love you.